person on the face of this planet. The entire humanity are getting killed by a single person. This is how important God and Quran emphasizes on the human being. This is the importance of a human life. And in this ayah that I recited, there is a command embedded within this ayah to every person, to all humanity, that no one will rest until the perpetrator is brought to justice. Meaning that if single person gets killed innocently, without any cause, then it is the responsibility of the entire community, the entire human being community, to follow that perpetrator, that criminal, and bring him to justice. Because it doesn't matter, one person gets killed or hundreds of thousands of people getting killed. In the eyes of Allah, the crime is the same. The crime has not changed. Only with the command and decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the life of a human being can be taken. And we will discuss it in a matter. But that also cannot be an arbitrary thing. It has to follow the proper procedures, the judicial system, the judicial procedure, where you have to have a just judge, a knowledgeable one, and someone who serves justice at that time, after exhausting all evidence, checking all evidence. At that time, it comes to take the life of the perpetrator away. Even if someone kills somebody else, it is not my duty or anybody else to come and kill him. Yes, it is my duty to arrest him as a citizen in the society. My duty is to apprehend him and give him to the authorities. But it is not my duty to implement God's order on him, to kill him. It has to go through proper procedures. There should be a judge, there should be an Islamic court, a religious court that will decide on the fate of that person. At that time, then that person is subject to death. At that time, that person will be killed. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi emphasizes on the holiness of one spirit. In one hadith, he says, لَوْ زَوَالُ الدُّنْيَا كُلُّهَا أَهْوَنُ عَلَى اللَّهِ مِنْ دَمِ حَرَامٍ يُسْفَكُ بِغَيْرِهَا. The entire universe, if it goes into oblivion, gets all distracted, still to Allah is not worth a single blood of someone innocent that gets killed on the ground, on the face of this planet. This is how important the soul, the spirit of a human being. In another hadith, he says, مَنْ أُشْرِكَ فِي دَمٍ حَرَامٍ بِشَطْرِ كَلِمَةٍ. If anyone gets involved in killing an innocent person, and maybe with a single word, he say a single word in front of a tyrant, and that tyrant grabs someone else that is innocent and kill him. He says, مَنْ أُشْرِكَ فِي دَمٍ حَرَامٍ بِشَطْرِ كَلِمَةٍ لَقَى اللَّهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ على جبين مكتوب على جبينه آيس من رحمة الله. What is the mercy of Allah? We recite dua Kumail every Thursday night. What do we say? We said, اللهم إني أسألك برحمتك التي وسعت كل شيء. There is nothing in this universe that the mercy of Allah has not contained it. But Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa says, if anyone participates in killing of one innocent life, an innocent life, it doesn't have to be a faithful or not. It doesn't have to be that. If that person is innocent and you participate in killing one person, on the day of judgment, that person, the perpetrator, will come, that participant who have helped the murder of that innocent one, will come on the day of judgment, and written on his forehead that the mercy of Allah will not ever reach him. I, oh, hopeless from the mercy of Allah. Ayasun min rahmatillah. The mercy of Allah that contains everything. Yet when it comes to the blood, It is so important, brothers and sisters. The entire universe shakes up. We have a hadith that the inhabitants of heaven, the malaika, the angels, the arsh, the throne of Allah will shake up for the spill of blood that has been innocently, unjustly have been poured on the ground. That's why the malaika, the angels, when Allah created a human being, what did they tell him? They told him, you are creating someone who will spill blood. أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا مَنْ يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا وَيَسْفِكُ الدِّمَاءِ. That was so important for them, because the entire world, their world, will be shaken for a few bloods that are spilled on the ground. One day Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi sallu alayhi bi'ala aswatikum was told that one person had been killed and left in the streets of Medina, and nobody claimed who has killed him. They had no idea what has happened to him. So they came and told the Prophet, peace be upon him, that one Muslim had been murdered. Rasulullah called upon all Muslims to the masjid. When everybody gathered, he went and said this, Wallah, he said, "O people, an innocent person, a Muslim one, get killed among you, and all of you keep silent. Wallah, law inna ahla as-samawati wal-ard." The entire people of universe اشتركوا في قتل شخص مسلم واحد. If they all have participated in killing the life of one single Muslim, أو رضوا بذلك, if they have accepted that, لأكبهم الله على مناخيرهم في نار جهنم. All of them deserve the punishment of Allah, Jahannam, nar Jahannam, for killing of a single person. This is how much Islam, Quran, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala emphasizes on the sacredness of the innocent soul, the innocent human life. Now, where does this capital punishment then places itself? You see, brothers and sisters, when there is a capital punishment, and especially against the murderer, and unfortunately the critics, they come and say, you are repeating the same mistake. He has killed someone, and you are doing the mistake by killing him, therefore you are killing a useful member in the society. While you have to correct him, you have to submit him to correctional facilities, or put him in life imprisonment, that would be better than killing a life, a human life. How does the capital punishment work? There are two parts. Number one, brothers and sisters, it goes to the relatives of the victim. You see, if the relatives of the victim, or the victim himself, if he survives the attack, would think for 1 minute that the perpetrator had never received his punishment, or his, the punishment or what he deserves, then to him will come that he is not a worthy person in society. No matter what, he's considered to be useless. Somebody else comes and attacks him, and nothing happens to the perpetrator, therefore to him it's nothing. Therefore he starts to show resentment, and one day he will seek vengeance from society. Therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has rewarded the victim. Yes, the victim will not be resurrected again, but that to alleviate the relatives of the victim. Otherwise, if he gets killed and nothing will take place, that person, the relative, also will have this resentment against the community, and one day will show it in a harsh way. There is a story in the Islamic history. There used to be a companion, and this companion was Munafiq, Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Abi Salul. This man was hostile to the Prophet. At any incident, he would attack the Prophet verbally, insult the Prophet. One day, and his son was a believer, was a true believer. One day the Muslims came to his son and told him that your father has insulted the Prophet, therefore the Prophet has condemned him to death. So he came to the Prophet and told him, Ya Rasulullah, do you have an intention to kill my father?